Ah, there's nothing like the feeling of being outside for once, taking in the sunshine IRL, when suddenly my phone vibrates. Is it someone who wants to hang out? An old friend calling to say hi? Or maybe it's a push notification for hot MILFs in my area from that website I totally didn't visit. That would have been nice, but no, I don't need MILFs, especially not when we've just been hit with the new FNAF release. That stuff gets my brain rock hard with theories. And as you might expect, I've got some thoughts on this new release. I'd like to share some of the things I've noticed with you regarding the canon of this game, the characters who we play as, the cutscenes we're given, the voice dialogues from when we get killed, and much, much more. As you might expect from a game called Ultimate Custom Night, there's a ton to unpack here. And I'm sure we're going to be finding more and more out as people try more and more combinations of characters. And with 50 characters available to play against, I'm certain we've only just started unlocking the true mysteries within this game. And that's the real issue with trying to release a video on this game so early in its lifetime. There's obviously still things we just haven't had the time to find, right? Think of it like this. Your mom just made your favorite type of pie. It's right out of the oven. It's all yummy and delicious. But if you dig in right now, are you going to get the full extent of its flavor? No! You're gonna burn your tongue, idiot! Good things take time. And this game is like a cooling pie. We're all jumping in immediately, and we're definitely missing important parts because we haven't had enough time to completely explore the game yet, to find enough of the hidden or coded clues within it. But I'm here to give you everything I can today, to blow my full FNAF load all over this mystery. So prepare yourself for the ultimate thoughts on the ultimate game from the ultimate franchise of Ultimateness. For a game that may hold all the secrets we've been looking for, it's time to jump into the final game of the FNAF franchise. Unless, of course, it isn't. Hit it! Alright, before I even begin, I want to ask you guys to do something for me. If there's one thing we've learned over all the years of covering FNAF, it's that one man cannot figure this stuff out alone. So please, if you learn anything new about this game, DM us on Twitter, message us on Discord, or even come to our Twitch streams and let us know there. We want to know everything you guys find within this game moving forward. And honestly, there's just too many comments on every video to wade through them all looking for the ones that are actually trying to be helpful. So if you find new stuff, links to all the places to reach me are in the description. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us on the Treesicle Team. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump into the game. First off, let's discuss whether or not this game is actually canon. Scott has given us basically nothing in this category, but I'd like to share my thoughts on it with you. To start, I want to pose a question to you. Has there ever been a FNAF release of any kind that was not important to the story in some way? No. Even the books, which obviously aren't the same canon as the games, do crossover at various points. FNAF World still had that scene showing us Henry's death by Baby's hand, showing he was truly an important character, which he really was come FNAF 6. So when we talk about whether or not this game is canon, it's a bit of a toss-up as to what is or isn't canon exactly. But thanks to my good friend Brad over at Swanky Box, I truly believe we are looking at a canon game. Now, I won't go into the full details of his theory. If you want to check it out, I'll link it below. But he essentially used certain voice lines as evidence that we're playing as William Afton, the purple guy himself, and that he's basically stuck in a limbo of endless deaths with all the children that he killed. This would explain how the office can continually change, how the characters can continually change. And yet, it would still be canon. Another piece of evidence to support this claim comes from Old Man Consequences. By only turning on Old Man Consequences at level 1, the game will send you into a secret 8-bit minigame. And if we have learned anything from FNAF, it's gotta be that 8-bit minigames are just a tiny bit important to literally everything that happens within the game. So I'd be willing to reckon that this cutscene is vital to understanding what is happening within this game. During the minigame, OMC talks to us as we play as Fredbear. But even before that, we get this loop of 8-bit Freddy falling, making it seem like we're transitioning out of the game and into something else. When we talk to the old man, we get this dialogue. Come and sit with me a while. Leave the demon to his demons. Rest your soul. There is nothing else. And after that short conversation, our only way out of the minigame is to drown in the lake. Seems reasonable. But let's dissect those lines. Leave the demon to his demons must surely be talking about William Afton. After all, at the end of FNAF 6, Henry says about William, "The darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, friend."
Well, I'm not your friend, buddy!
These two lines combined make a convincing argument that we're playing as William, during or after his death, where he hasn't been allowed to die. He's now in a purgatory, a limbo, constantly being tormented by his own demons, the children he killed. But I'd like to turn your attention back to this 8-bit minigame, and to my request from earlier. If there's one of these, I guarantee you there are more. The problem is that we need to try every single combination of animatronics on every single combination of level selection, and to make it through the entire night to make sure we didn't miss anything hidden like this minigame. That means there's literally thousands upon thousands of combinations for us to try to ensure that we've covered all our bases. Which is where you all come in. If you find something new, a new minigame, or whatever, let us know. Links to our Twitters, Discord, streams, everything are down in the description. We believe in you guys. We really do. Now let's get back to the game, specifically the cutscenes. These cutscenes you get when you surpass certain point values are strange, and definitely not canon, at least not in the way they are given to us. There's no canon Foxy and Freddy anime, there's no Yandere Chica, but that doesn't mean these cutscenes don't have value. In fact, I'm quite certain they do. This is, Scott, I'm gonna blow your brain and mind and balls and boobs and Cawthon. There are no meaningless Easter eggs. There are no coincidences. Everything has a reason for being included. And with these cutscenes, there's something many people have been wrongly assuming. You see, the Japanese spoken does not align with the subtitles given to us at the bottom of the screen during each scene. So while we're reading one story, what we're actually listening to is quite different. Now, I'm not fluent in Japanese, but I was curious if we were actually hearing what we were reading. So I did a bit of research, and I came across a lovely Reddit post where a user named Moon's Mercy posted a translation of all the cutscenes. And you can see just by taking one look, there is a completely different story going on in the Japanese compared to what's going on in the anime. It seems to be a stream of consciousness of someone dying or close to death. Quote, "When I woke up, I thought this was a vision from beyond death. I was watching to see what would come. My ancestors." So are we hearing William Afton's last thoughts right here as he gets destroyed by the flames? It's possible, but also there's the thoughts of other people. Scott doesn't have different voices for no reason, just like he doesn't have different text colors for no reason. I haven't had enough time to truly decipher this audio, but I wanted to share this information with you and spread it as much as possible. The information that the audio doesn't match the subtitles we see. Because obviously this is going to be extremely important to the lore of this game. Or perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps we should look to Mr. Hippo and his endings, which essentially tell us that many stories are meaningless, hinting to the fact that perhaps some, if not all, the clues within the Ultimate Custom Night are completely meaningless. Of course, I don't think that's the case, but perhaps this is Scott's way of telling us that not everything within the game has meaning. Still, I can't imagine the audio not matching the subtitles being completely unimportant. I think Mr. Hippo's words may be exactly what he's talking about. The meaningless stories he's talking about are his own. I mean, seriously, I don't care when some bakery makes rye bread versus sourdough. But here's my point. This game is filled with mystery, clues and things that aren't as they seem. Typical FNAF. It's possible that Mr. Hippo's warning refers to more than just his dull story, but perhaps not. Still, I think the clues from Old Man Consequences and the anime cutscene are already more than enough to tell us we should be combing over this game as much as possible. Now, there's obviously much more to talk about. We haven't even touched the Yandere Chica cutscenes, the Golden Freddy cutscene, and much, much more. And don't worry, we will. We will. It's gonna be great. But this is where I have to end it today, because honestly I need to spend more time with this game. This is what I have so far, and these things take time. And rather than make one gigantic hour-long episode, I'd rather dole out this information to you while it's still fresh in my mind. So thanks so much for watching. And please, if you find something I haven't noticed yet, share it with me so we can finally figure out everything there is to know about FNAF and its lore. That's all for me today. I'm Grant, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Or during our Twitch streams, which are every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Treesicle. They're a lot of fun, and I'd love to see you there. Bye!